What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure and like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, I wanna speak on uh, Vince Carter and Michael Jordan. Right? I recently did a video where I spoke about who was the most athletic of the two. The most athletic Tar Heels to come out of North Carolina. And I chose Michael Jordan, right? And because Mike, in my opinion, was the most athletic of out of those two to come out of North Carolina. Vince Carter had, and I looked at Vince Carter highlights. Vince Carter had some mean highlights, right? And Mike did too. Both had some really some great highlights. But like I said, Mike was the Vince Carter. I don't know, people. Vince Carter, most of his dunks were like vertical. You know what I mean? Like he's very athletic. Don't get it twisted. Vince Carter is very athletic. But Mike, his athleticism goes to a different level because he can go in the air and kind of hang there and adjust. And Vince Carter could never do that kind of stuff. Mike could shoot, jump up on one side of the lane and then go between defenders and score the ball off the backboard. So that argument, that debate is over with. But I recently also ran across a post, a guy posted, and he was speaking about Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan was like 40 years old, Michael Jordan was playing with the Wizards. And he played against Vince Carter. Vince Carter was like in his prime, and Vince Carter was at Toronto Raptors. And I'm gonna play the audio because and so you can hear like what was the difference between even an older Michael Jordan, a 40-year-old Michael Jordan, and Vince Carter in his prime, and you can still see like this guy describing like what was the difference between Michael Jordan and Vince Carter. Vince Carter was a bad man, but Mike was just on another level, even at 40 years old. And so listen to what this guy say about Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, the the battle between these two.
Just look at his demeanor. He like, man, how I let this old dude lock me down, man. He almost 40. How? Look at the stats. He may be ready to go. That's what going through his head. MJ ready to go. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call respect, man. Go forever. Folks like to say Michael Jordan was trash when he was with the Wizards. He was 38 years old on one leg. That wasn't no GOAT. But what they fail to realize, MJ had his moments, folks. Vince Carter was lighting MJ up in the first half. 23 points, 4 for 6 for 3. MJ couldn't do nothing with him. You see, coming out of halftime, MJ was like, you know what? You know what time it is. You know what time it is. GOAT mode activated. He proceeded to lock Vince Carter down. I mean, he locked him down, folks. That's what made MJ the GOAT, bruh. He accepted the challenge and always rose to the occasion. I want you to pay attention to the defense and the effort he about to put on Vince Carter, man. We talking about a young Vince Carter, too. I'm talking about Vince was dropping 30 a night on folks. Yeah, Vince couldn't be stopped, man. I want you to peep out the defense by MJ, bro. He was like, man, look, you may be coming. I may be at the end of my career, but I'm going to show you this half here. What made me the GOAT? Just peep out the defense. Yeah, MJ had lost a step or two, but he still had that IQ awareness for the game, and he still had quick feet, man. You never lose that IQ for the game. Just peep it out. Vince ain't even touching it. Just look at Vince's face. That's how you know a dude locking you down, frustrating you, and he got your number.
All right, so Vince Carter and this particular matchup, when you had Vince Carter going up against Michael Jordan, first half of that game, Vince Carter was having his way with Mike, and like the guy said, Mike was like 38 years old, get ready to turn 39. Vince was in his prime, and the first half, Vince did his thing against Mike, And the second half, Mike came back and shut Vince Carter down. And so, and this is on defense. You know, Mike wasn't even worried about what he could do on offense. Everybody know and respect Mike for his offensive, you know, abilities and his capabilities on offense. That wasn't even a question. Even at that age, Mike still was going to be able to get his shots, excuse me, and get his you know, and get his points. That wasn't a question. But Mike was so competitive that he wasn't going to let Vince Carter just dog him out and you know, and I remember seeing this game back, you know, back in the day when Vince Carter was at Toronto and Mike was at the Wizards. And Mike he just shut him down the second half. He just went to work, you know, and shut him down. When you see Mike, number one, Mike just pressed up on him. He denied him the ball, so he made Vince Carter had to really work to get the ball. That was number one. Then once Vince Carter got the ball, Mike kind of like funneled him into areas of the court where he knew like Vince Carter was not he didn't let him get to a sweet spot. So wherever Vince Carter was not comfortable, Mike he didn't allow him to get there. Also, whenever Vince Carter took a shot, every shot was contested. So Mike was just committed. At 38 years old, Mike was committed to shutting Vince Carter down, a dude in his prime, and you can see the defeat on Vince Carter's face when he realized that Mike had made a commitment to shutting him down, you know. And so, you know, like on defense, so number one, it's just on at three different levels. He's just making it hard for you to do your thing on three different levels. Number one, it ain't easy to get the ball. Number two, when you do get the ball, you're not going to be able to get to like where your sweet spots are. So you got to work. If you do get to your sweet spot, you get your sweet spot on the court. You got to work to get there. Then number three, all shots are going to be contested. That is crazy for a 39-year-old or 38-year-old man to be able to defend like at all three levels like that. You know, like most number one, most people at that level is not going to deny you the basketball, you know, but Mike denied the ball. Then they'll try to keep you from getting to your sweet spots, or they'll try to make you shoot difficult shots. But Mike just took it a step further and was like, by the time you get the ball, you're gonna be tired. You know what I mean? You're gonna work for it. And so that's just crazy, man. That's just another example of like Mike's commitment, Mike's dedication, Mike's determination to dominate, you know. And you talking about a guy that was his knees after every game, he had to have his knees drained because they would swell up so much. But Mike wasn't going to let a young Vince Carter just dog him out, man. And so, you know, like I said in the last video when I spoke about the matchup between Michael Jordan and Vince Carter, far as who's the most athletic, you know, it's no contest. Mike was way more athletic than Vince Carter. Like some of the acrobatic shots that Mike made, Vince Carter would not even he wouldn't even attempt those shots that Mike made. So, you know, but yeah, man, Mike, yeah, even up until the day Mike left, you know, Mike always accepted those challenges. And he won more, you know, when he was 38, he won more often than not, you know. And so Mike was that dude. Mike was just at a whole nother level. And when you see somebody like Vince Carter, who is just like out of this world, offensively, jump out the gym, stuff like that, and you see a guy who can be shut down by Michael Jordan at 38 years old, can you just imagine what would have happened to like a Vince Carter when he'd ran across Mike in his prime? That's just crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, man, that's my take on that Mike Jordan, Vince Carter matchup between the Raptors and the Wizards. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check y'all out on the next video. Peace.